I'm just going to do an updated video on sponsoring how we sponsored 24 people in December. This is 2017, and I'm more excited where we're going to go with this opportunity now as we're fine-tuning this sponsoring technique, which is unbelievable. It's going to explode the business. So just a quick story, our income, this is just an example of from 2000 to 2008 was 3 million. But what we're going to do now, and the trick that we've worked out on what to do and sponsoring, is going to skyrocket people's incomes in the future. So it just shows you where the potential's been, but we've got so much in the pipeline. If you've got loads of people joining your team, it's just going to go mad. So if you've never seen this before, I guess everybody wants to win the national lottery, and if you won £3 or £4 million, you'd be happy with that. Well, we can do that as a residual income, and that's done by building a team. So if you've never seen these circles before, there's you, and if you just find 6 people to join, and then 6 people find 4 people each, and then 4 people just find 2 people each. That's how it grows. Now in the last period I've sponsored 24, so there's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 24. So it's a good way to start filling all them circles myself. But anybody can do this, and obviously the skill is to get the team duplicating as well, which they will be doing after they've watched this training on exactly how to do it. So what changed? Well, basically, there's a young girl called Nikki Kaywood. When she joined was 21. I think she's 23 now. She's absolutely flying. Just had her best check of just under £4,000 with her partner Richard, and she was about sponsoring 20 people a period, and she wasn't making any phone calls. And when I've been doing phone calls for like 25 years, it's difficult not to do phone calls. But I've spent this year working out exactly how to do it. And due to being not very well from September to December, where I lost my voice virtually completely, I couldn't have done any phone calls anyway. So I thought, right, let's just get into this, see what happens, and see if it can be done. And learn from the mistakes and improving. And even now, with putting 24 in, I've missed so many. By what I'm going to show you here in a second, you can even smash that. So December is usually a quiet month as well. So to hit 24 in December, where I could have given you every excuse why people wouldn't join, too close to Christmas, etc. But doesn't matter. What we're going to do with this next year, and you can sponsor 24 next December. But some of the other months are better, like January, after Christmas, people go mad, wanting to make extra income. So here we go. What changed? Well, what I think's happened is that the British public or Irish public or Spanish public or wherever we are in the world, I know what happens in America as well, people are absolutely just sick of cold calls now. The phone goes and it's sometimes nobody there, it's just an empty noise, nothing, and that's just a computer testing if you're going to be in, if you pick it up. So one thing, people aren't even picking up the phones because they know when there's nobody there, it means you've been put on somebody's computer that you're going to get bombarded. And then people are getting spammed, like your Windows PC problem. They're trying to get your bank account details. Your bank account's got an issue trying to get your details. You've been in an accident. And it's always, hi, I'm Fred, with a very Indian voice. And just people just do not trust the phone. We've got our home number now completely diverted to a voicemail system because I just got sick of it. And I was even trying to contact a guy in the team, and when I phoned him up, that BT had a filter on it that I had to leave my name before it even got put through to him, and he still hasn't phoned us back, so he's not even checking his messages going through his filter. So that's the issue of trying to phone people now, and we've got a whole generation of people that it's now between 18 and 30 who never been used to using the phone. They've just been doing everything by text, WhatsApp, and messaging on Facebook, etc., which I'll show you. So what you should be looking for people to join is people who want to make money online, because that's what people want to do now. Now obviously we do offline as well, but what we've got to do is a carrot to get them in. Now most people can do it online, but some of them want to get involved and realize the offline works as well, they'll do that as well. So the advert first is going to be looking from online people. That's the first thing. Now these are what I would call old telephone leads. So what I used to do and I've actually took this off the bottom. If you've seen the other version, I used to put on the bottom, PS, I've sent you an email as well. So I've thrown that away. Waste the time sending somebody an email. The percentage of people who reply is so low, it's not even worth bothering with. So this is what I'd actually send as the advert. Hi Sue, thanks for applying for information. Watch the short videos, 10 steps videos, or whichever ones you're using. This is a new way to work. Want to join and more information? Reply next step. So that's took all the pressure off them being sold to, and basically what happens then is they watch the videos. If they want to know more or they want more details, they reply next step. Simple as that. So this is also a little bit of information how it's changed massively. This is I did this a couple of months ago. It probably hasn't changed that much, but now 71% of the network are women, 28% are men, and the age group are much younger than it's been for years. If you'd looked at this 3 years ago, it would have been completely the other way around. Hardly anybody young in it, and lots of older ones like myself in it. Now, if you're a man thinking this, well, it's not very attractive, this is it. Hardly any men are doing it. That doesn't mean that men cannot sponsor the women, because in the last period, 23 out of the 25, I think, or maybe 22 out of the 24 were all women, so it's a couple of men. So that doesn't make any difference. If you're a man, you can go sponsor a big team of women. So it doesn't matter. Just get stuck into the sponsoring, as long as you've got a load of people in your team. But what we're finding is when the women join, the partner doesn't want to do the online side, but he quite likes have a go at the catalogue side. So that balances it up right, but it won't show on the sponsoring figures. So that's where the ratios are on that. So examples of some of these are some old ones, and then I'll bring you up to date with some new ones and some things that can improve your numbers even better that I didn't do. So example of what come back. Hi Gavin, thank you for your message. I've watched the 3 videos. Next step. So this is what I used to say. Hi Sam, have you any questions? Gavin, not so far. 25 quid to join. Yes, no problem. I'll report to you. And da-di-da-di-da, and that one joined. So here's another one. I'm asking more questions there. I've been doing it for 25 years. The company's nearly 100 years old. Is it secure? Obviously, people have got some doubts. Right, okay. Hi Sam, I sent you a link to join. Check your email. With Hotmail, might go in spam. Now there's another trick. You could be missing a lot of people because if you're not following up to make sure they've got the link to join, because a lot of them do go in the spam. So it's very important you chase that up. And also another tip, even when they've got it, send them another message, is that make sure you filled in your details correct, and any questions on there, come back straight away and I'll answer them. Now on the sign up form, it asks do they want a caterpillar. Now it was a great name for a trolley years ago, but it's clean easy jargon, and it could confuse somebody into think they're getting scammed, because what would a normal think a caterpillar is? Obviously we know it's a trolley for pulling catalogues, but we've said it's going to be £25 to join, and all of a sudden they've got to pay another fee. That might frighten them off. So make sure you're asking questions about filling in the link. So Sam actually joined, so welcome to the team. Find me on Facebook, thank you very much, and add you to the Facebook training groups. So this is another one from July. Next step. Hi Jonah, have you any questions? What if I don't get any orders? Do I need to reach a target? You will get orders. Are you on Facebook? I run 2 companies, 1 website, Facebook, also come to Caravan Park every weekend. I sent you WhatsApp stories. So this is when I start sending stories as well, and checking them on WhatsApp. Now if you send it through a text service, it's going to cost you 50p a story. So what you want to do is get them connected on WhatsApp, and then you can send all them stories for free. So what you do is you just put the contact details in your phone, head over to WhatsApp, put their name in, and if they're on, it'll pop up. I'll come back to that a little bit later. Note I don't have any. It all seems great, so you just pay £25 to join. I don't sell much any week. That's fine. Just don't get any money in return. Is that right? Yes. But we'll teach you what to do, and then also always talk about them building the team as well. So this is all the things I would have done on a follow-up call on the phone. Now I'm doing it all on text. Do you want to join? Yes, send the link. I was driving when I did this one. Just follow it through, and then she ended up joining. Do a friend request. That's how that works. So here's another one. Hi Katie, have you any questions? No, we just need to send you the starter link. There's a tiny fee of £25. Now there's a couple of things that I'm putting in here. It's using words that's not going to frighten them off. So tiny setup fee of £25, which most people get back in the first few days. Now Big Al taught us that is an MLM legend. If you use words that makes them feel comfortable, most people get them back in the first few days. They feel like everybody gets it back in the first few days, and they will do if they pass the catalogues around the warm market and around the Facebook friends as well. This is perfectly fit around the kids. What you're doing for a living, full-time mum. I've one in the way in September. Can I pay the £20 on the 20th when I get paid? Sure, that's great. So that was another one I joined. Now this is a more recent one, just going a little bit more detail on that. I started doing this a lot quicker to getting the WhatsApp stories across. Next step, hi Gail, have you any questions? Upfront costs. Sent you some WhatsApp stories. So what I never do is say the cost here. What I want them to do is say the stories first. So on WhatsApp, you get a couple of blue little ticks. I think I'll be able to show you that in a minute when you know they've read it. So just give them a few seconds after they read it to look at the stories and the checks. And once they realise that people are making money, the cost goes out the window. So there's a small fee of £25 to join. Most people get back in the first few days. What are you doing for living at the minute? So self-employed subletting agent. I'm going to be driving for 20 minutes. We'll reply to you in a text when I get there, so a short video. So sometimes I'm driving around, I'll stop at traffic lights, and if there's a lead coming in, I'll carry on with it, and then we'll take over. So these are all questions that would have happened years ago. This is Clean Easy. Now obviously a lot of people ran Clean Easy when we just had the Clean Easy products. And now we've got the exciting K-Life range, and we've got the personalised range. So basically what I sent there was a YouTube video of a girl doing nearly £1,000 online in the first month, and explaining about the personalised products with some catalogues to have a little flick through. So after she watched that, she came back saying, so I just pay £25 and that's alright to start selling. Is that alright on any monthly charges? Sorry, it was a trainer meeting last night. So obviously this one went on a little bit because I was at the meeting. Sometimes you kind of pick up your text. Have a watch of the new girl that joined. That's another story. So okay, so I've watched this and it all looks good, which suit me. I have a couple of questions. Do I have to buy catalogues? Do I have to train me? Am I tied in? And do I deliver the goods? No, you get 15 catalogues in the kit. You get 3 ones for hitting different bonus levels. You don't have to attend the meeting. We won one once a month in Newcastle. However, if you can't make it, we stream it live on Facebook training. You also now tied in. You can do dropship to your customers. Dropship means it just goes direct to them. Again, sometimes you can use Clean Easy jargon that they don't understand. Glad you told me that. So what have I got to do? Next step, and at the time it was actually £20 because they dropped the cost with being quite close to Christmas. Now, this is a mistake that I was making because I was getting that many next steps coming through. I started to be a bit lazy. Now, if you remember, I've just done 24 in the month, and I let some of them slip through the net. So this was an example. Next step, next step. So came back with a normal one. So I've changed now to a different tact. I started to do, hi Louise, have you got any questions, Gavin? P.S. Sent you some results of new team on WhatsApp. So straight away I send them the WhatsApp and I also do that. So they can have them look at the both and come back with any questions. So percentage weren't coming back with any questions, and I think, oh well, they're not interested. And because I was getting lots to join, I thought, doesn't matter, you know, I've got 24 joined. Doesn't matter if some don't do it because I've got 24. Now that was my error. I've let some off the hook massively here, which I shouldn't have. Now thinking, once I started looking into this is somebody who thinks they're applying to a job or an opportunity, and they're going to be quite nervous. So what if they didn't want and ask a stupid question and seem daft? So then what I started to do, the ones that actually came back like this and didn't reply, I'd sent them some more stories. I'd send them some more videos through WhatsApp of what people were doing, and some of them started coming back saying they just wanted to join. They didn't have a question, and then I was able to actually open up to find a little bit about them. So over the last 3 months, it's frightening how many I've missed because I didn't follow up like this. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back over the last 3 months to all the ones that didn't do this, but I'm going to wait till after the 26th of December now, just till Boxing Day is gone, because it's getting really close to Christmas now, so I don't want to get into a big conversation about it now. I'll just wait till after Christmas. So that's fine tuning, which I'll talk a little bit about a second. So this is becoming a big pro at it. So this is a trick, and I think I'll tell this story now. When I was a kid, I used to go fishing because I lived beside the coast here in Tynemouth, and I could never catch fish. And I'd be sitting there with my friend on the right and the friend on the left, and they'd be both catching fish and I wasn't, and we're using exactly the same hooks, exactly the same fishing wire, and exactly the same bait. Now obviously once you do this for a while, you think, well, it's just they're lucky, or what they're doing, why they're catching them. And it wasn't until we built a big house out in Northumberland about 15 years ago, and the guy that actually built the house was a builder who turned mole catcher, and well, a long story anyway. I was trying to catch these moles, and he was just laughing at us, and he was laughing at this because he says you never catch them. He says you don't know the secrets. So anyway, he taught us the secrets how to do it. And one of the secrets is that moles are very, very sensitive. So what happens when you're trying to catch them is, if they pick up a human scent, basically what will happen is they'll think, oh, something fishy there, I'm not going anywhere near that, I'm going to stay away from it. And that's why I could never catch any moles. Now what the moles, and back to the fishing, does, every human person's got a different scent. And when you're fishing, whatever oily scent I've got in my skin, tie that to the bait I was putting on the fishing hooks, frightened the fish away from the fish that I was trying to catch. Yet me two friends, whatever oily things they had on their skin was actually attracting the fish. So the fish was seeing 3 bits of bait quite close together, and they would have go nowhere near mine because they knew I was a human, but something on their skin was actually attracting them to the fish. So once I learned that, you've just got to learn the tricks to actually get people to join. And it's not a trick, you just might be doing something slightly wrong, and once you know how to do that, you can get loads and loads of people to join your team. So these are just ratios, and I've just been working on just the next step and then fine-tuning that. But obviously I've missed out some things which I've talked about a little bit there, and I'll talk a little bit, but little bits that can make the difference that you're actually missing them, which I'll do as we get further into this. Now the first bit, when your first approach, say it's a next step, only a small percentage is going to come back of the leads, although the numbers are quite high that come back the next step when people are looking for online, from the leads that you get. So if only 2% join on the first contact, that might be the next step. Then 3% might join on the next follow-up, 5% on the third follow-up, 10% on the fourth follow-up, and 80% join between the 5th and the 12th. So like I was saying, that girl that didn't come back with any questions, I gave up on that, and that was the first one. I should have carried on, and I did. I've gone back to her now, and I'm doing the other ones as well. So this is the key to being a pro and sponsoring people. You don't give up on the first go. You carry on to the 3rd, the 5th, and the 10th, and then you're working on the 80% between the 5th and 12th that you're going to join. Now, I know for a fact there's a lot of people watching this who'll have been trying to phone people over the last year and getting nowhere, You can now go back after them leads and text them, WhatsApp them, message them. I'd wait till after Christmas before you do it, so their mind's more open to making money because they've spent a load of money over Christmas. So it's a perfect time to do that. Right. So work the ones that not replied. Next step. If you've not been texting your old leads, get back in touch with them. Find out which ones are on WhatsApp. And also, ask your prospects to join your Facebook selling group, because you should be pitching that group as well every time, not just selling stuff, putting an advert down there. And remember, the people who aren't on WhatsApp, find them on Facebook as well. So if people aren't on WhatsApp, you're going to have to start a conversation on Facebook messaging and say, look, I can send you some information across there. Are you on Facebook? Had a lead last night. This the lady went, what next step? And I said, are you on Facebook? And she says, no, I don't want to join Facebook. And I says, well, to be quite honest, that's where we're building most of our trainings on there. And she says, all right, I'll join Facebook and you teach us what to do. And I says, well, you join Facebook and learn how it works first, and then come back to us, because I don't want to be teaching somebody how to upload a picture to Facebook and put all the little things right first. So we'll see if she does that. But you're looking for some people who've got a history of being on Facebook for like 5 or 6 years, because it makes it a lot easier to get into action going. Anyway, getting a little bit off the track with that. So, WhatsApp stories. If you have a smartphone, you set up your name and you go in the contacts and WhatsApp, and then you find them. And then you send a few stories across, which is free to send. Then you send the text that you've sent them on WhatsApp. And if not, like I said, you send them on Facebook message. Here's just an example of a couple of stories. And it's, like I was saying, it's showing people have done quite a decent amount of money in their first month. And they'll be thinking, if these people can make money, so can I. And there's some other stories as well. So there's plenty of them. We'll use ones in the future. Now, another trick, massive trick this one is, what you need is a good Facebook profile picture. Because you know what? That prospect is going to start checking you out, whether you're worth joining with. People have lost their jobs, which was on Facebook. So what you have a smiley and a positive face and all positive stuff in your Facebook normal page, because they are wanting to buy into you, whether you're worth joining with. Also, what you should have is a good WhatsApp profile picture as well, which is a smiley, happy face, because people will check you out. And I thought somebody who actually haven't joined yet, they're still in the pipeline, this person, but this just shows you people are still checking you out. When I was doing the follow-up, they says, I think this is a scam. And I says, well, how's that? He says, well, I've just checked your WhatsApp profile and you look like movie stars. And I says, well, obviously, I says, that was actually took a picture of a gala dinner at one of our conferences in different parts of the world. And obviously, that brought in another conversation, explained about the conferences. But I see some people's Facebook pictures and their WhatsApp profile, and you would never ever join their business. You know, their profile picture is a cat. I love cats and dogs. We've got a great cat and dog in the house. Love them to bits. But I tell you what, nobody would join me business if that was my profile picture. So first thing is, you've got to have a good profile picture on both Facebook and WhatsApp. Your profiles have got to be clean. I love me football as well, but if my Facebook profile was full of the football team, anybody from another team would just be completely put off. Politics, religion, anything like that, you just keep the king completely positive, and when they'll be checking you out whether they want to join with you. So it's very important you keep that clean. Lots of positive stuff, stories in there. Lots of people who are interactive in a positive way, and they think, God, this guy really seems to know what he's doing and it looks good. So that's the first thing you've got to get, is them two profile pictures spot on. Now, one of the last tips that I'm coming to, you've obviously heard this saying before, the early bird catches the worm. Now this is very, very important. Years ago, when we first built our first system of posting information packs, we used to post an information pack and follow up in 24 hours, even though the post hadn't got there, because we wanted to be keen. Now the way technology works, if somebody replies next step to you, you want to be on it in milliseconds, replying with a WhatsApp and then what I've just actually gone through. Now Advert Anywhere have actually got a service where they'll do instant text for you. So you don't even have to be watching your text. They'll do it. They'll send a reply for you, and then it's automatic. Because obviously you cannot be up in the middle of the night replying to text and leads that come in. But you know what? To somebody who's replying, it's very professional. If they reply for information, they get a text back in like a second after they've hit the button with the video to watch. And then you can watch the times that they replied, and if it's 5 or 6 minutes later, you know they've watched the video fully when they come back next step. Now that also gives you the chance to jump in and sponsor them. Now with the old telephone, you weren't supposed to phone anybody after 10 o'clock at night, after 9 o'clock at night. But with the text, it doesn't matter. So whatever time they come back, reply. So if I've gone to bed and maybe it's 11:15 and somebody comes from that back next step, I'll just carry on texting them till they join or they don't join. And that proves how professional they are, and they're looking for somebody who's going to support them and actually look after them. So I've actually woke up in the night and the phone's gone, and you know, I forgot to switch it. Normally I switch it off when I go to bed, put it in airplane mode to save the battery, but sometimes I forget, and if there's a notification that come in the night and it's woke us up, I thought, well, I might as well do it now, I'm awake. And I've carried on the conversation, and the record I've got, not the record I want to keep up with, was 2:45 in the morning somebody joined. So that's another thing that you can do. The early bird gets a worm. The longer you take to reply to people on that first one, it doesn't show you very professional. So again, people are looking for a fast reply. Once you've done that fast reply, maybe you're driving or something else, then you can say, look, I'm driving, I'll pick up the next message when you've got somewhere else, or give them another video to watch while you're getting somewhere else. So that's a massive tip there. The early bird catches the worm. The faster you jump on these leads, the better. And the final slide, I've got this off Kev Ryder. He posted in the group a couple of days ago, and this is so key. Network marketing is like online dating. You may find the right person online, but you never grow the right kind of relationship and you take it offline. Now what that means is once they've joined, you're going to be either giving them a call, helping them set it up, doing a Zoom, obviously they watch some of the training videos, and eventually at a local workshop they might pop along to that. You know, you're going to get in a social situation where you get to know them, find a little bit about them, the kids, the family, etc. But all the people are joining now, you find them online, but then you take it offline to build a relationship with them. So that's great from Kev. I posted that the other day. Just finishes this training absolutely perfect. So study this over the Christmas time and the years ahead while you're watching it. Some people are going to really jump into this, because I know if I've sponsored 24 people in December and I didn't really bust a gut at that, and I've got to say, traditionally it slows down before Christmas. So if it was a normal full period, it should have been up to 35, maybe 40 people sponsored. So if you've got lots of new people coming into your business, that gives you a chance to work with them, and then you can plug them into the system, and they follow that. A percentages will grasp it and start sponsoring and building their own teams. Now if you've got people in Spain, you can do exactly the same thing. So Spanish people, you can use Google Translate and you can actually message back and forwards. I've tried it with some of the people in the team that we've got over there, and it works great. They appreciate you trying to do it back in their own language. Obviously they know they're using Google Translate, but you can work out like what we call Pidgin English, I guess is Pidgin Spanish. They know what we're on about and they can actually help. So whatever other country we go to, you'll get the same effect. So make sure you tag all your team to watch this. It's going to be exciting 2008 as we explode with this amazing opportunity. Thanks for watching.